Big win on Friday.
But the Vols? Oh, yeah, that was expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clemson still no chance.
Get him started.
You see the SC score?
USC?
Yeah.
What's the score?
They're up 28-14. 28-14 on Tulane at halftime.
Also probably expected, right?
I'm still a Trojan. It's all good.
Tennessee had a full green light on that kickoff right before halftime. Can you just walk us through kind of just the entirety of that and how it opened up for you the way it did?
We got the green light, by HT. So, we're taking it out regardless. So I knew they was going to try to kick it out. Just glad they didn't kick it out the back of the end zone. As you see, it was like a right return. But, my teammates, they made some incredible blocks to open up lanes for me. So that's definitely not possible without them. Everybody was on somebody. They were knocking people down. It was really like a yellow brick road. I was just skipping down the lanes. Really wanted that one, But, at the end of the day, special teams, it's all about, helping the offense and defense and put them in a great position.
Was there a moment there where you thought it was going the whole way?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Felt like I could have pressed the kicker more. I knew I was going to get around him. But I know a guy came off the back end, but I didn't see him. I was trying to keep my balance to stay in bounds. And when I looked up, he was sitting right there. So it's like I ran out of options right there. Couldn't really break down because I was by the sideline.
Velus, your last offensive play was that run off the jet motion. Was there any reason in particular why you didn't get more offensive snaps throughout the game?
Practice all week. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's back. Everybody have different packages and stuff. And so, whenever my numbers call, I just go out there and give my all. That's what's important at the end of the day. And no matter how many snaps you get, what matters is what you put on film.
What do you think you have to do to earn more snaps in the last game here?
I feel like I've been I've been upward, with my production, practice habits and stuff like that. Everything is trending in the right direction. So, just continue to be me. Stay mentally, focused and locked in. And everything else to take care of itself. Just keep putting in extra work.
How much more comfortable do you feel, especially on special teams after that rough stretch early in the year?
I was really blessed at a young age, and I've been returning kickoff returns since like park ball. And so, that's like God-given. But, to do it on this level, really, proud of myself. And, shout out to my blockers. It wouldn't be, possible, to have these kickoff returns without them. But it most definitely feel good. I feel like, I'm getting back to the person, player I was in college.
Because of the production you've had as a returner, would you lobby harder to have more green lights on some of those balls that are 5, 6 deep in the end zone to bring those out?
I feel like that's a trust thing. I'm also a rookie, so right now I'm just doing what I'm told to do, and being coachable, and whatever they tell me to do, I'm going to do that. And so hopefully year 2 roll around, I get that green light.
Was it a little frustrating yesterday to have so many kickoffs and only one opportunity to bring one out?
Well, yeah, the thing about with the kickoff and stuff, if a ball have too much hang time on it, some of them are not that good to bring out. That gives the kickoff cover team, a lot of leeway. And, they're probably on the 15-yard line, when you do touch it. And their kicker was real good at his hang time and hanging them up there.
What part of being an NFL receiver have you learned? What have you learned about being an NFL receiver that you will really want to be better at next year than you were as a rookie?
I feel like, I'm thankful for, the experience, the game time experience going against these pro DBs. And I feel like definitely you got to watch film, but at the end of the day, it's all about what you do. And so, just going into this offseason, just be crisp with everything, know the playbook now. And so, next year I'll come in really comfortable. I I missed most of the preseason, 3 games at the beginning of the year. And so, I had to get in that groove. I've been out for so long, wasn't able to practice. So, next year, having the right approach, taking care of my body better, knowing my body, knowing how to practice. And so definitely looking forward to next year, camp, OTAs camp, preseason. But right now, we're just going to focus on the Vikings.
How was the process of learning the playbook kind of, not detrimental, but how did that affect your, how much did that hold you back, as far as just developing as a wide receiver? A process you theoretically won't be going through next year. I
feel like what really held me back in the beginning, was my hamstring, my hamstring injury. It was carrying on into the season and stuff, and I feel like that was like, what held me back. Do I know the playbook, better now? For sure I do. But I feel like, it was more of like my hamstring, that held me back more than anything.
Velus, you said you've been on this upward trajectory, and we've seen that. For you, one last game, what would you like to accomplish or put on tape to really end your season on a high note? To put on tape, I would like to, be the best version of myself. No matter how many snaps, how many kickoff returns I get, be the person, that they drafted and the things and my abilities and stuff, and, put that on tape.
When a team goes through a losing streak like this, I'd imagine there are just frustrations for the team in general. What do you think has kept the frustrations from kind of boiling over?
It's the environment, from Coach Eberflus, the environment. It's all about respect. And we respect one another from player to coach to player. And it's about, the passion and the brotherhood we have in the locker room. I mean, everybody's really social. Everybody want to play for one another. And, it sucks, the way the season is going. But it's just amazing to see, everybody sticking together, everybody, at this point, I feel like it's easy, to give up, go halfway and stuff like that. But that's not the case at all. Everybody's positive and everybody's ready to get back to work.
I know you guys want to win every game, but obviously you're not going to make the playoffs. You want to work on your own growth. But Justin Fields breaking Lamar Jackson's record, is that something you guys talk about, a goal that you may set out as an offense and say, hey, let's get this done for Justin this week?
I mean, definitely, the main goal is to win the game. But, yeah, definitely, that would be amazing, to be a part of something like that as well. So I'd be so happy for him.
Thanks, everyone. What were your takeaways watching the tape back today?
My takeaways, watching the tape, just defensively, we were up and down. Started off very good, and then during the middle, just looked like we just didn't have too much energy out there. That we weren't doing our jobs, correctly. We weren't playing, sound football, things like that.
Is there a play that sticks with you? That one you want back?
All right, the cutback. I know I could get him down during that situation instead of like kind of guessing. Knowing I got enough speed, but it's kind of close because he's out the 5 or the 4, so kind of got a two-way being untouched. From that far.
How do you account for the dip in energy collectively that you guys seemed to show yesterday?
Just say it's kind of just, everybody, a grown man at the end of the day. We all know what we're here for, no matter the record. Everybody got something to play for or, whatever motivates you to get up, everybody has that motivation. So just really, for myself, just try to, be a better leader and also try to either, that not necessarily always means by yelling and, things like that, but just about example, and that's sometimes tough too, because people might not see that, might not see how hard you're working, or might not see the crazy plays you're doing, because they're trying to focus on them. But so it's kind of hard. But I'll say that try to be a better leader, try to figure something out, because there's always different ways to get the group going.
So how good a job has the staff done to keep this level of optimism a lot higher than the record might show, because it certainly looks that way?
Say, just probably great, just motivating us, or try to, just talking to us, having a plan right. But player-wise, just playing for each other, that's the type of relationship we have, just playing for each other. We have each other's back. We love each other and things like that, so I'll say that.
Jaquan, how has the day-to-day experience been this year? Have you enjoyed your rookie season?
Yeah, I'll say I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my rookie year, except for, just, getting banged up, in the beginning during preseason and then in the middle of this year. That's the only thing I didn't really enjoy. I wish I had finished out a full year because, I was, rising, before I messed up my thumb and then rising before I messed up before I got the concussion. So I'll probably say that.
You guys you're always conditioned to worry about the next game and think about the next game, but as one of the kind of the building blocks of this defense, how much at all of this time do you kind of catch yourself looking ahead to the offseason and what you can do and just the future in general and what you're building here in that context as opposed to just, the next game?
Well, I would say with that one is, obviously we always look at the next game, but always see where we could better ourselves, just look back at a couple of the games or the whole year and just see, how we could better ourselves and then better the team and, what we could have done better and things like that. So I wouldn't say, look past, the next game, but just have in mind that, there's certain things that you could have either done better or, the team could have done better, just try to figure out in that instance.
Is there anything in particular you really are looking forward to being able to do better next year just because you've got a year under your belt?
Yeah, play both safeties, be more involved. Be more involved in defense and things like that. Not just be in the boundary and things like that. Move me around, just how I, just like college, high school, things like that. I've never been, just playing one side of one side. Just playing boundary safety. I've always been moving around, always been involved. My number has always been called, things like that. So.
How has the experience of this year allowed you to think about being in that position next year? What have you learned or what have you gone through to get to that point?
Probably say, I feel like to get to that point, I always felt like that, during camp. That was a conversation we had. It just never, we never went forward with it. Me and Eddie back there or DHC, we all could play different positions and things like that, but they kind of just kept us at, free safety, boundary safety.
Obviously, it's the other side of the ball, but how important or how great would it be for you guys if Justin Fields broke Lamar Jackson's record this week?
That'll be good. Great. Definitely, for him, and just a confidence booster for him also, and for his team. So if somebody like that, if Justin breaks his record, that'll be great. Happy to see people have success, especially your teammates. It's always good, for them to have success. So it'll be great. That'll be a great thing.
Two more.
Every year, roster turnover every offseason means that there are a lot of guys in this locker room who aren't going to be there next year.
Yeah.
You will be. How do you kind of process not only watching them leave, but kind of being curious to see what direction this team goes when it starts adding new guys?
Yeah, just enjoying the moment, being where my feet's at, and then when things like that happen, then just adjust to it and welcome the new teammates, and with the old teammates that are still gonna be here, just try to build that chemistry. Just keep trying to build that chemistry, doing stuff off season, try to, stay together, work out together, or, try to figure out a plan to where we could, either come here or go anywhere and, keep building that chemistry, to obviously make the playoffs and win a Super Bowl. So just, enjoy the time, with the guys. I know it's going to be, a lot of different faces, but enjoy that, because you're not going to see that room again, but just always keep that relationship, tight and close, and, with the new guys that come in, bring them in and, let them know it's time to work.
Jaquan, you've played every game you've been able to play, you've played nearly every snap. Is that something that you take pride in, just being on the field that much this year?
Yeah, definitely. I take pride in, taking a lot of snaps and, playing out the whole year. That's why I said, earlier that, that concussion and thumb, that, really bothered me because I like to finish out the year. And I like to, play, every snap and be a factor. and try to be a factor in the play and things like that. So I'll definitely take a lot of pride in that.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.